Let's start in child's pose tonight. And before we get too far, if you are following along with the playlist, you can go ahead and hit play on the first track that starts out pretty mellow. And in your child's pose, the arms could be forward or backwards, so whatever feels right to begin. And same with the knees, they could be closer together, they could be further apart. And we'll just make this transition out of your day, wherever it's meeting you, and onto your mat by using the breath to guide you into the moment. So deepening both the inhale and the exhale. Until you fall into this really smooth rhythm. This really even rhythm in and out of your nose. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. And then keeping your hips heavy on your heels, just crawl your hands over to the right until you feel this length down that left side of the body. Walk your hands through the center, we'll journey over to the left. Your hands come back through the middle again. Just rise up to tabletop. On hands and knees, just for a little exploration here. So if you want to move right into some cat-cows, you could. If you want to flip the hands around for a wrist stretch, that's an option. Or some hip circles. Just letting these next few breaths be your chance to tune in to how you're arriving on your mat today. Special attention to the parts of the body that feel full of ease versus the spaces that might be giving a little more resistance or feedback. And if you need to even anything out, use your next few moments to do so. And we'll eventually meet in a neutral table and take a really big step forward with your hands. We'll keep the hips right on top of the knees and move into puppy pose so the chest starts to melt down toward the floor. And the chin could either reach toward the mat so you're looking forward, or you can take your forehead down. Glide your way all the way forward and down to the belly, but stay popped up to the elbows. So right to Sphinx pose. So elbows are beneath the shoulders, the feet are hip distance behind you, and we're just trying to shine the heart forward and create this mild extension in the back. Notice if you're scrunching it all through the shoulders up by the ears. So really create this firm pressure of the forearms down. And then tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder. So we're searching out a stretch in the left side of the neck. Just moving really gingerly and really slowly as you explore. And carefully angle your chin down toward your chest and just let your head come down to a dangle. Bring the left ear all the way over to the left shoulder. And one more time, bring your chin back down toward your chest. So you just have a super heavy head. Pull your rib cage up and into your body a little more and find that pressure again down into the elbows. As you angle the elbows out to the sides, now just flatten all the way down to the chest. Scoot the hands back behind you and we'll lace the fingers together. And stretch your knuckles straight back behind you and breathe in to lift the chest. But just keep the tops of the feet grounded. So all 10 of those little toes pressing into your mat. And keep the chest lifted and just plant the hands right into cobra so they ground next to the ribs. Inhale, you might raise the heart a little bit higher. And then exhale to down dog, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. We'll just see what arises here as we shift shapes. Feel free to lift a leg or pedal the legs or even send your hips a little side to side. And the breath in, look forward toward your hands. Exhale, step your feet forward all the way up to meet them. Continue folding over your legs here, and you can bend the knees a little more so there's a little less through the hamstrings and a little more about just releasing down through the spine. And then take the hands behind you, and this time when you lace fingers, put the opposite thumb on top. Stretch your knuckles up and over, shrug the shoulders out of the ears, and then send those laced hands over to the right. You can bend the right knee more and twist your heart open to the left. Just thinking of getting really long down that outer edge of your left leg. Inhale, split back through the center. Exhale, swing your knuckles to the left, bend your left knee, and shine your heart open to the right. Inhale, come back through the center. And exhale to release your hands all the way down toward the floor. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen your heart forward. Slide the shoulders out of the ears and hold this halfway lift. Root down super evenly through the feet. And as you take the hands onto your hips, inhale, rise all the way up with a straight spine. Release your hands down alongside your body. Inhale, scoop them all the way up to the sky. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, touch your fingertips down to the ground and step your right foot to the very back of your space. Release your right knee to the ground, untuck your toes. And as you inhale and lift your arms all the way up, we'll exhale to wrap the right arm under the left for eagle arms. And that could mean just gripping opposite shoulders or intertwining the forearms. So square off through the hips as much as you can. Plug that left femur bone back into the hip socket. Inhale to lift your elbows up a little more, so finding a little extension in the spine again. And on the exhale, imagine you're going to tuck your elbows into your belly button and just round a little more through the spine. Inhale, lift your elbows up. Press down firmly into your left foot. Exhale, round through the spine. Take your elbows forward and in. One more time. Inhale, lift your elbows, lift the fingers. Exhale, take your elbows toward your navel. There might be a little scooting back of your hips, that's okay. Unwind your arms and then breathe in to float them all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, lengthen through that front leg and take your fingertips down to the ground. Getting into that hamstring. Flex your left toes upward, your left ankle, and drive your right hip bone to the front of the mat. Rebend your front knee. Plant your palms to the ground. Step back to a high plank position, top of a push-up. Hold here. Knees are always welcome on the earth. Hug your thumbs toward each other and really fire up through the muscles in the chest, through the front of the shoulders. 2 more cycles just to be right here. One more inhale to stay. And the exhale, shift forward and hug the elbows in to bring you all the way down to the belly. Uncurl the toes, inhale, float your chest back up to cobra. Exhale, tilt your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg toward the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your hands, and then release your left knee onto the earth. Untuck your toes, inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, left arm beneath the right. Inhale, float your elbows high. Find that little baby back bend here through the spine. Nice and heavy hips. And exhale, curl the elbows forward and wrap them in toward the navel. Pressing that right big toe. Inhale, float your elbows up. Sink the hips down. Exhale, elbows in toward the navel. And one more time, big deep breath in. And exhale, round it forward. Unwind the arms. Take an inhale to circle them back up. Exhale, lower your hands to the earth and lengthen out through your front right leg. Flex your right ankle, and you might need to even scoot it forward a couple more inches so your hips stay lifted. Expand across the chest. Open your heart to your front right toes. As you rebend your front knee, sink the hips forward. And this time a big step forward. So left foot joins the right. Inhale, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold down. Breathe in, take your arms all the way up to the sky. Keep them lifted. Goal post your arms and exhale just to expand the chest. Find a baby back bend. Inhale, straighten the spine, reach back up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway, lengthen the heart forward. Touch your fingertips down to the ground. Exhale, step your left foot to the very back of your space. High lunge this time. Inhale, take your arms all the way up. Exhale, once again, left arm beneath the right. Inhale, float your elbows up. This time, instead of rounding the back, exhale, lean the elbows toward the front of that right kneecap and lengthen the spine forward. Inhale, float your elbows back up, lean back. Exhale, take your elbows forward and down. Stretch your heart nice and long. One more time, breathe in and expand. Exhale, take your elbows forward. Hold it here, unwind your fingertips down to the ground. Lengthen out through the front right leg. We'll just stay on those back left toes, so kind of like an extended pyramid. Then inhale to pull your heart forward toward the front of the mat. Exhale, fold over your legs and let your head just go. Inhale, stretch forward to the heart. Exhale, bend your right knee, plant your palms and step backwards, high plank. Knees or no knees, hug the elbows in and lower down halfway or to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tilt your hips up and back. Down dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg for the sky. Exhale, step your left foot forward, right to high lunge. Inhale, pick up the arms. Exhale, wrap the right arm beneath the left. Again, use your inhale to extend up and back. Open the front wall of the belly. Exhale, take your elbows toward the front of the left kneecap, so get a little bit longer. Inhale, lift your elbows, float up and back. Exhale, take your elbows forward, reach out of the fingertips. Yes, one more time. Big deep breath in, stretch back. Exhale, take it forward and hold it forward. Unwind your fingertips down to the ground. Straighten out through the front left leg. And first, just draw forward through the heart. Breathing in to get a little more space. Exhale, fold over that left shin. Relax the head. And inhale, look forward, bend your left knee. Exhale, big step to the front of your space. Big toes touch. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. With your feet together, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Take your arms forward or up by the ears, or even out wide to goalpost. You choose. Just try to center your weight right over the middle of your feet, so you're nice and grounded. Your feet are pulling apart from each other, so livening up the base and the glutes and the hips. One more chance to inhale right here. And then exhale, fold forward and lengthen out the legs. Inhale, halfway, draw your heart forward. Your choice, exhale to chaturanga, or you could step right back to down dog. Taking whatever options and transitions work for you right now. From your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, stack your right hip, bend your knee and open up through that right edge. Your hands grounded evenly and your left toes pointing forward. Inhale, straighten the right leg, square through the right hip. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Back to your high lunge. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, wrap your left arm beneath your right. Breathe in, find your elbows all the way up toward the sky. This time on the exhale, lean your elbows forward and down and launch your left leg up and into warrior 3 legs. With your eagle arms, lift out of that right hip crease and hug your low belly up and in. Now soften into your right knee. Pull your left knee in toward your chest. Keep your arms. Inhale, lift up to balance. Exhale, full eagle. Hook your left thigh on top of your right. Firm your legs together. Firm your elbows together. And keep pressing the forearms forward. And keep your legs for an extra moment. Just unravel the arms. Inhale, pull the left knee up to your chest as your fingertips seek out the sky. Exhale, take a big step back to high lunge. Breathing in, just find your footing. And exhale, peel it open to the left. Warrior 2. Straighten out through the right leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Stretch all the way up and back. Keep your legs long, and the exhale, reach way far forward through the right arm. So setting up for triangle pose. So the right hand could come onto the shin or the ankle or the block or the floor. As the shoulders slide out of the ears, think of the sides of the neck getting a little more spacious. Your left hip rolling back behind you, so you're really opening up across the front of the pelvis. Gaze down to the ground. Bend your right knee and lower your hands to the floor. We'll take that back left knee onto the mat. Shoot your right toes straight back behind you. So hover the right leg above the ground. Put the hands right beneath the shoulders. Swivel your left shin over to the left. And as you keep your right leg lifted, raise your right arm up to the sky. And this could be right where you stay, or bend your right knee, take hold of the foot with the right hand, and press your foot backwards. Open across the chest. Inhale, straighten out through the arms, straighten out through the leg. From here on the exhale, lower your right hand beneath your shoulder and parallel that left shin again to the left edge of the mat. Now we're just gonna slide your right knee to the outside of your left knee. So cross your thighs behind you. Yes, and then scoot your knees in a little bit and wiggle your feet apart. And we're rocking the weight backwards to sit between the heels. So here we have Gomukhasana legs. So left knee's on top, right knee's on the bottom. The more you wiggle the feet forward, the more you're gonna feel this in your hips. So feel free to adjust the seat or even just cross left shin in front of right. Now you could stay right here, fingers popped up to help you elongate the spine, or you could fold forward in any capacity to deepen that hip sensation. And the hands could crawl out in front of you, or the hands could seek out like palm to sole of foot. Okay, now we have two extremely different options from here. So one could be, you just start to roll forward, plant the hands at the top and step back to down dog or to a chaturanga. Two could be, because I know you're tripod headstanders, and if you're not, you're watching the recording, it's an option to roll forward toward the knees, put your hands pretty close to your legs, tuck your chin and put the very top of the head in front of the hand so you can see all 10 fingertips. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and step your toes in a little closer to you, and we'll see if you can come up with these Gomukhasana legs. And then unwind them in the air, straighten your legs all the way up to the sky. Lift your shoulders out of your ears. Okay, now we're here together. I think, I can't see the screen right now, but listen, put your big, big ears on. Hike your legs down halfway. This is an option. From here, your arms are already in chaturanga. So as you shoot your feet back, we're gonna see if we can lift the head before your feet touch the ground. Shoot right back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Yeah, exhale, downward facing dog. I don't think I've taught that in like 5 years. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Why not today? Stack your hips, bend your knee, open up that left side. Inhale, straighten the left leg, level through the hip. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your hands. High lunge, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, wrap your right arm under your left. Breathe in first to peel your elbows up, stretch back. Exhale as the elbows lean forward, rise to your warrior 3 legs. Turn your right hip bone, your right baby toe down to face the floor. And again, try to lift out of that left hip crease so we're not collapsing. And the low belly's awake, it's lifting up. And we don't want to come up with a stick straight left leg, so bend into that left knee. Pull your right knee in toward your chest and inhale to drive up to balance. Keep your arms, exhale, add your legs, right thigh over left. Eagle pose, Garudasana. What I think is kind of comical is I accidentally signed up for this HIIT class, this fitness class, before teaching this. My arms feel like they're gonna detach from my body right now. So I was like, oh, I won't make it super hard today. Here we are. Unravel the arms. Inhale, draw the fingertips up. Take your right knee toward your chest. Exhale, take a big step back. High lunge. Take a breath in here. Exhale, pivot open to the right. Find your warrior 2. We're just kind of doing a drive-by on this warrior 2. And then straighten out through the front leg. Inhale, reverse triangle for a beat. Keep this length down the left side as you reach way far forward through the left arm. Tilt the hips beneath you and find full Trikonasana triangle pose. You know, think of your hip bones pressing toward that right long edge of your mat. Roll the right hip behind you. And these top right ribs, rather than puffing them up, melt those guys down into your body. On a breath in, gaze down to the ground. Release your hands. You can bend your front knee and take your right knee onto the floor. And then the front left leg, sweep it back to hover. Hands beneath the shoulders. Swivel your right toes off to the right and raise your left arm up to the ceiling. So we're in a modified half moon. So we can add right to bending the left knee, capturing the toes with your left hand and sending your shin bone back. Yeah, If you're feeling fairly balanced here, let your chin lift off your chest and imagine the back of the head wanted to touch your toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the leg. Look to the floor and just replace your left hand back beneath your shoulder. Turn your right toes back in to face the rear of the mat. Here's this crossing of the legs. So your left knee is going to slip to the outside of the right knee. And then maneuver your feet apart. You might need to step your knees in a little closer. As your feet maneuver apart, we're sinking backwards to find both sit bones grounded on the floor. So usually this right one's going to want to peel up, but magnetize that guy down. Firm your legs together, sit tall on the inhale. Again, you can always just be cross-legged. Exhale, if you like, forward fold any amount. So you start to feel again this outer hip opening. Chances are you might feel the right hip more than the left. Okay, now if the transition of tripod headstand excited you and you'd like to do that again, here is your opportunity. If you'd prefer to just roll over the legs and place the hands forward and step back to down dog, awesome. If you're heading toward your tripod headstand, feel free once you get up there to play around with different legs. So if you want to play around with straddling, if you want to play around with the soles of the feet together, if you want to do a couple repetitions of those piked legs, that could be an option. But place great importance on the lifting of the shoulder head, so you're engaged in that cervical spine area. Oh, nice, Michelle, good. Yes, and whenever you're ready, if you want to take that chaturanga transition, it's that halfway pike down, and your head wants to lift off the ground before the feet, nice, Emily, so strong, you guys, before your feet touch down. I didn't finish my sentence. Okay, down dog, here we are together. Inhale, look forward at your hands. And step or hop the feet wide around your pinkies so we can come into Malasana. Bend your knees, sink the hips, let your hands connect at your heart. And let there be this simultaneous effort between your elbows pressing out and your knees hugging in. So yes, you're stretching through the hips and inner thighs, but we're also bringing a little engagement into that space too. Take your fingertips down to the ground, raise your hips up, draw your feet beneath you so they're hip width distance. Padahastasana, slip the hands underneath your feet. So you're literally standing on your palms, toes to wrist creases. Then drag your heart a little further forward as you breathe in. You could certainly bend your knees. Exhale, hold down. Relax your head. And with the shoulders again out of the ears. Inhale one more time, reach forward through the heart and get a little bit longer. Release the hands, exhale, chaturanga, you can hop back or step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, stack your hips, bend your knee. Breathe in, straighten through your leg, level things out. Exhale, step your right foot forward. High lunge, inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, your left arm beneath your right. Breathe in to catch a little extension. Float your elbows. Exhale, warrior three legs. Inhale, little bend in the right knee. Rise up with that left knee. Exhale, sink all the way down. Full eagle, thighs are crossed. Unwind your arms. Inhale, flip the left knee. Raise your fingertips. Exhale, big step to the back of your space. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reverse your shape. Legs stay long. Exhale, triangle pose. From here, take the left hand to your left hip. Look down. Bend your right knee. Walk your right hand forward and to the right as you launch your left leg up to the sky. Option to reach the left arm up, and you might even bend the left knee and take hold of the foot with the left hand. Send your toes back. Open your heart. Inhale, straighten out through your arm and through your leg. Look to the ground. Exhale, lower your left hand, square your left hip, and tap your left knee to your right calf. So both knees bend. Snuggle your legs up and angle your left toes over to the right, like a kickstand. Take the hands to your heart. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the right. So left elbow's outside of the right knee. And if you feel so inclined to take this toward an arm balance, you can lower your hands over to the right, lean the shoulders down and start to float your feet off the ground. So this cross-legged version of side crow. Yeah. Okay. If you took that option, we'll realign back in this twist. So this curtsy stance. As you unravel, rise up to stand. Inhale, take both feet together. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the left foot where it is. Exhale your right foot to the back of your space. Wiggle your left foot to the left. So hands are on the inside, and then take that right knee to the floor. Whoa. I'm just looking to counter all that weight we just had on the right leg. So you're like, what do you mean? I'm not tired. I want to work more. Tuck your back right toes, straighten your right leg, and hug your left knee in. You're like, no, I'm cool, chilling. You can chill. You could take a bind of the left hand to your right toes. Or just stay in that lizard and breathe into what arises. Wherever you chose to go, we'll just meet with your hands back down on the mat. Step backwards, high plank position. You're welcome to add your chaturanga in here if you'd like. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, stack your hips, bend your knee. Inhale, straighten your left leg, level things out. Exhale, lightly step through. High lunge, inhale, float your arms. Exhale, the right arm beneath the left. Inhale, raise your elbows. Exhale, take them forward and launch your right foot up and away from the ground. Little bend in the left knee. Inhale, draw your right knee up toward your chest. Exhale, cross your thighs. Unwind your arms. Inhale, lift your right knee back up. And exhale, take a big step to high lunge. Breathe in here. Exhale, warrior two. Lengthen the front left leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, full Trikonasana. Reach forward and tilt down. Inhale, your right hand to your right hip. Look to your left big toe. Bend your left knee, and as you walk your left hand forward and to the left, pick up the right leg. Maybe the right arm. Maybe Chakrasana, seeking out the right foot with the right hand. And rather than flailing your knee up to the sky, try to level your right knee with your right hip and press your foot straight back behind you. Excuse me. Inhale, straighten your arm and your leg. Look to the floor. Exhale, lower your right hand, level through your hips. Tuck your right knee to the back of your left knee, the back of your left calf, and then curtsy the stance. So right toes angle to the left. Snuggle the thighs together. Inhale, take your hands to your heart. Exhale, twist to the left. And you could stay here, or you could take your hands over to the left. Lean forward like you're doing chaturanga. Keep hugging your thighs together. And as you lean down, the toes might lighten and float. Yes. And then release back down, return to your twist. As you unwind, we're just bringing it up to stand. Feet unite, inhale, float your arms up. Holy left leg, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step your left foot backwards. Wiggle your right foot to the right. And if you still have a little energy to burn, you can keep that back leg active, or for a little more chill, release it to the floor. You could seek out an elbow or two. You could take hold of the back toes with your right hand. Wherever you choose to go, become aware of the breath. Let it become a little more active, a little more colorful than it's been so far. If you have the back toes, you can release them down, or if you're on your hands in any capacity, or on your elbows, you can rise up to your hands. If you haven't yet taken that back knee to the floor, go ahead and do that now. Crawl your hands to the left. We're moving toward frog pose. So turn your left toes in, send the interior of your right knee down, widen the knees, and look back at your feet. We're just trying to hide your heels right behind your knees. And flex the ankles. So all 10 toes move to the sides of the room. Yes, and then you can come down to the elbows if you want. And sink your hips backwards in the direction of your feet. We have a little bit of time here. Take about 5 to 8 more breaths. Just get in tune with what's resisting, if anything. See if the breath can give a little more guidance toward softness there. One more big breath in. Let it all the way out. Inhale, rise up to the hands. And to exit from here, lean your hips forward away from your feet. And then scoot your knees in a little closer. So you can turn forward. And we'll stay on the shin bones. And take your knees to touch, your inner thighs to touch, slide your feet apart. Reach your hands for your calves and just move them away from your body. See if that can give you a little space so you can sit back. With either your butt in between your heels, or if your knees are like, no, not today, then you can keep your feet together and sit on the heels. Up to you. So Virasana. This can be fairly intense to stay upright. Block could be nice underneath your bottom too. And we have the option to recline in this shape. So the hands could step back behind you. And if that feels like enough, you could stay here, press into the palms, lift the heart. Or you might think of scooping your tailbone forward a little more underneath you and see if you can walk your hands to your feet and then come down to your elbows. You're like, yeah, still cool. You can slip all the way down to the back. And again, just keep hugging your knees together and lengthening your tailbone forward. The arms could even stretch straight back. Just breathe. If you reclined all the way, we're going to work our way back up, reversing our path. So reach your hands for your heels, hop up to the elbows, and then one hand at a time, press to the palms. Holy moly, and then walk your hands forward and lift your hips up. Oh, little knees. This is the pose that reminds me of my age. Step your right toes to the back of your mat and give yourself a little rock forward and back. I always think of rain sticks when I come out of poses like that. I feel the blood flow kind of shift back into the limb. You slide your right knee onto the floor and then switch. Step your left toes back. We're just trying to lengthen out that knee joint and then find that little shift forward, back. Okay, and then both knees to the floor. Swing your legs around so you can come onto your bottom and we'll have a seat. So the legs straight out in front of you. Locate your sit bones on the ground. Flex your ankles. Inhale, raise your arms. Hug in through the low belly and exhale to reach way far forward until you can't reach anymore. And let the hands rest down. Press the arches of your feet forward. Your inhale, give your spine a little more length. On the exhale, bow over your legs just a hair further. Roll yourself all the way up. We'll make our way onto our backs. Plant your feet flat to the floor. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh, so your eagle legs here. So if you want to double bind, you could take your toes behind your ankle. And then take eagle arms, so wrap your right arm under your left. This feels kind of mean at the end of class, but lift your toes off the floor. On the inhale, pull your elbows and your knees apart. Then exhale, pull your elbows and your knees together, so you're crunching. Then inhale, lower, keep your feet floating. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. Exhale, last 3. Breathe in. Exhale, 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 1. Keep the crossing of your legs as you lower down, unravel the arms, take them wide. Lower your knees to the left, and your hips a little closer to the center of your mat, just into a twist. Bring yourself all the way back to center. Unhook your legs and switch the crossing. Left thigh over right. Left arm under right. Pick up your feet, and on the inhale, pull your knees and elbows apart, but see if your spine can still stay pretty connected to the ground. Exhale, elbows and knees together, crunch. Breathe and lower, navel to spine. Exhale, 4. Breathe in. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Breathe in. Exhale, 1. Unwind your arms. Take your knees over to the right. Hips beneath you. Just enjoy the surrendering of your body here. So really minimizing the effort that it takes to be. On your inhale, return to the middle. Unhook your legs and take the soles of the feet together, the knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. Give yourself one more luxurious breath cycle. Slowing down the inhale. Elongating the exhale. Lengthen your legs out in front of you and set up for Shavasana. If you need to add any layers or place something over your eyes, give yourself time to set up for maximum comfort. Have the time and the space to keep resting. Please continue to do so as long as you'd like. Otherwise, you can let your breath just journey back into the body a little deeper than it has been. Bring your hands and your feet back to life. Bend your knees. And in whatever way feels right for you, we will meet seated. Your hands connected at the heart. Forehead bowing down. Honor and with gratitude. Namaste. Oh,